Alright, welcome back. We just finished setting up our rifle with functional shoot button. Now we are just going to, I'm thinking maybe I'll add the rifle to our inventory so we can manually equip it every time. And have it switch our locomotion as well from like a rifle stance to a just walking stance. And maybe we'll add an ammo counter in there to go with it. So yeah, let's do that. I'm going to just hide the player rifle for now. And yeah. Actually, before we do anything like that, I'm going to have to add a couple more stats into the game here. Because I want the rifle itself to be a stat. Project, stats, and we're going to create a new folder here. Folder, it's going to be items. And under this, we will have our rifle. I'm just going to duplicate this to make it easier. Alright, so this will be rifle. And this will be max rifle. And we're going to set that to 1 because we only need 1. And assign max rifle to the rifle's max value. And don't forget to add it to our player's class, max rifle and rifle. Done and done. Alright, now the player should have a max rifle to start with. Perfect. And now you might start to get an understanding how I can use this into an inventory system. So let's pretend like I didn't have a rifle. Let's say I just walked up to some kind of box. That box had a trigger around it. I enter that trigger. I would write a script on that trigger saying, when player enters trigger, add +1 rifle. So now all of a sudden my rifle goes up by 1. And in my inventory, under weapons, once you have +1 rifle, it would pop up right here. And that's how we'll go about making an inventory through the stats module. Alright, so under inventory, we're just going to open weapons opened. And close button, weapon closed. Alright, create a UI button. And that will go we'll scale it to about 160 by 160, and I'm going to position it up here. Actually, it's a rifle. I want it to be like the third weapon you get. I'll maybe start off with a knife to a pistol or something to a bat to a rifle. That's what I'm thinking. I'm also going to install more stuff. Icons. Is this the one I want? No. Military armor and military weapons. These are the two that I want. And actually, it's not exactly the one I want. There's one part of a survival kit I have that I'm going to use. All these assets, I know you will not have anywhere near as many as me or using the same one, so I'm not even going to bother linking them in the description because there's just going to be too many at this point. The main ones I've linked in there, which is GameCreator2 and Stats2 and maybe the Cinti pack. But from this point on, it's probably just going to stay as those ones. I will show you all the assets I'm using and the names, and if you want to look them up from there, you go right ahead. So for now, we'll just get these guys in here. Alright, so for the picture, I guess this will be placeholder for now. So we're going to do button rifle equip. And I'm going to delete the text mesh pro here. We're going to add the image of the rifle, or a rifle for now. Not the one that I want in the end, but it will do. So there's some kind of M4 rifle around here. I guess that will do right here, won't it? Alright, I don't like the gray background on that, so let's find one without a gray background. Maybe that one. Okay, so we'll use that. Yeah. So this button, this is not the right kind of button. I'm gonna remove that. Add the right kind of button. Game Creator button, and this button will set active our player rifle. Alright. So now, oh, also, our player's locomotion, I'm going to set that back to our default locomotion. Uh-oh, where'd it go? Oh yeah, it's a Game Creator one. I'm going to duplicate that and just add it into my animations down here. Alright. So player default locomotion will be this one. Alright, and now equipping the rifle we will change the locomotion. So if you type in state, you can enter state. We're going to switch it out of state to a runtime controller, that controller being rifle locomotion. Alright, and upon disabling the weapon, we will do the same thing backwards. State, enter state, switch to controller, and complete locomotion. I'm just going to rename this real fast to player locomotion. Alright, now let's give this a shot. This is a very not that great of an attempt at doing this. I just kind of rushed this one. I probably shouldn't have, because I hate fixing things later. Okay, let's turn off inventory. Let's see how this goes. Nice. It's all working nice and good. I can't unequip it yet, but at least we know the inventory works, the equipping works. Alright. Let's see here. So we got that. Yeah. I'm not sure where to go from here. Okay, we will maybe add, uh-oh, where did it go? So I'm going to make it so that I don't start off with a rifle off the start. We will now loot this rifle. And I'm just trying to think, because the rifle will always be there in the inventory whether we have it or don't in our stats. So I want to make the rifle disappear when we have no. I'm thinking I can write that script right on the rifle itself. So I'm going to make a trigger. We're just going to test this quickly. Trigger on start run conditions. And add the conditions in component. Drag and drop said conditions up here. These conditions will be if player stats compare stats. So if player rifle is greater than 0, I guess. then set active the rifle within the inventory. Okay, and if player rifle is less than 1, then set active false. Oh, I screwed that up. Is greater than 0, then true. Okay, and then if stats player rifle less than 1, then set active rifle to false. Not the rifle, but the button that you use to equip it. Alright, so I'm just going to turn off the inventory, and I'm going to bring my rifle stat to 0. Let's give it a shot. So I shouldn't have one in here anymore. And that's wrong. Why is that not? My rifle is 0.